colony, a strong colony, is there are developing queen cells. And the best place to see the queen cells is this space in between. So you see that before we take it off, we're looking in between and see if there are cells. In this case, there are none. There are none that are hanging there.
Because they'll hang off the bottom of a frame.
The cells are constructed at the margin of comb, so that's a great place between the boxes. Not between that and the bottom board, too much activity, too cold.
Right.
But between the boxes.
Right, okay.
Okay, now Ron is picking on the second frame, which is a great frame to take out. We don't want to break the tops, the end bars. So he's freeing it from the propolis seal. In other words, prying at the shoulders of the frame. He grabs it, good grip, grabs it where there are not bees.
Little capped honey right here, and there's nothing drawn out on this side yet.
We start with foundation, in this case a plastic, black plastic. They've done nothing, they've not drawn any of that, they've not added their own wax. But notice this side is completely drawn and even some honey stored in it. That is typical.
Is that two pieces of foundation in there, or is that just one, and that's the reverse side?
It's one sheet with embossing on both sides, both appearances. The question is, would we reverse this when we put it back in? Early spring, late fall, we try to maintain what they have as their organizing thing. So it's still early in spring, so I would not reverse it yet. Later in the season, yes, to get them onto this side and drawing it out. I mean, they just barely, you can just barely see. We can go and pass that around. You just barely see. They're just starting a few cells. Now, he's created a working space. So now you see the next frame comes out very easily. Very little prying, just on the 2 points. So he's going to pry. Notice he slowed down his movements. Not trying to bang or jerk. Pull the frame into the space, and out it comes. This is honey that was stored over winter. This was their overwintering stores that they didn't consume yet, or haven't consumed.
Because it's dark.
No, they just didn't use all that amount.
How old is this hive?
Falling in there.
How old is this hive?
Yeah. I think a year. I think we started it last summer, last spring.
From
It's
a
been basically.
package, or do you know, swarm, or?
I think it was a nuke.
It was a nuke from John, I
A
think.
nuke. Starts a nuke.
It's been at this location the whole time.
I think so, yeah. There was falling in there.
Now, when you move it from a nuke to a bigger hive, you just take the panels out and move them.
You have to individually take the frames out.
Frames out,
one
that's it,
box to
yeah.
another one, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Ron is pointing out on this frame now, the third one over, there is both honey, stored honey, left over from winter, and some pollen, or bee bread. Once it's stored, it's bee bread. Some cells are not full, some have been used, they're not used. So this is a frame getting close to the brood because they need the pollen. We see a whole bunch of pollen here. We can predict on the next frame we might see some brood.
Can I see the
Before,
Is it like a wax?
I'll pass this one around as well. Go ahead and pass that one around. Just hold it by the edges.
You know what? Can
If
I
it
get you to
drops,
take a
everyone
picture of
run
me
like
holding
this.
this? Do you know how to do it with these stupid phones?
The yellow,
Take a picture
it's all
of
pollen.